All right, Dave, and a great Friday night of prep football action in the East County. And we have winners. Of course, we have winners on the opening night of the league season. And look who we have, Dave, with us. It's the undefeated Steel Canyon Cougars. Dave, it wasn't easy tonight. El Capitan went down there and gave them a real battle. In fact, I think I was I'm proud of the El Capitan, the way they got in there and battled these guys. But in the second half, man, Steel Canyon, I tell you what, they had one of the defensive plays of the year that swung the momentum in this game tonight, Dave. And they went on for the 35-14 win to move to 1-0 in league play. I want to say hello to all the Steel Canyon Cougars in there, and maybe we could just get them. They could say who they are. And if you guys want to point out to me some of those great highlights, I texted Nico. I said, Dave, the play, you should have seen it. If you haven't, you'll see it later for sure on the PPR. It was early in the second half, and a great play in the game, Dave, that resulted in a touchdown for El Capitan by Sebastian Castellone. He scooped up a loose ball and returned it 33 yards for a touchdown. That's
there
right,
you go.
guys. And who was it that stripped it?
Jameson Sablon, number 15.
Oh, yeah. In fact, we were getting that. I remember that now. He said it on the PA. Jameson Sablon went in there. Guys, how much are we learning that play right now? We see it almost every Sunday right now with the NFL. They've really got it perfected, right? Are you guys taking note of that? I mean, I know we've always kind of taught that punch out. Defenders, let me know what's going on with the techniques. Are we seeing some things here between the NFL games right now? And that was textbook.
Yes, sir. Our coaches always teach us to the second guy that gets to the ball, try to get the ball out and strip it, because our defense, we really want turnovers on the ball. That's our main goal every single game.
Dave, this team, can you imagine? This team has scored in every single way possible. They might be, of course, they're 7-0, Dave, but they might be the most exciting team because the way they find their way to the end zone.
Are you guys trying to, I don't know, beat the almost state champs from a couple of years back with Mr. Fishburne at the quarterback position? I'm sure you guys heard lots about that team. What are you thinking? Are you going to try and go further than them? Because I can tell you what, the media outlets at the beginning of the year, they weren't thinking anything Steel Canyon. I'm just saying. And after the second, third game, I said, you know what? They're going to be the sleeper. And they're going to be the sleeper in the hills that gives everybody else the business, and they won't know it hit them. Am I right?
Yeah, so every single year we try to we treat every single team the same, and we prep for every single team the same. And for our league run, we definitely want to go 4-0 and be league champs, because we haven't gotten it since like 2018 or 19. So we definitely want to make a statement this year. So, but it's gonna be hard. The next few teams that we play are gonna be a hard team, but we have a extra week to prep for right now since our bye week and Mount Miguel, and we're gonna be ready for them.
Can you tell everybody? Oh, Dave, I want to get some introduction. Can you tell me everybody that's in this shot right here?
Yeah. I'm Nico Hara.
I'm Gavin Saul.
I'm Sebastian Castellon. I'm Anthony Sabat.
Wheels, they call them Wheels. Oh, no, keep going.
I'm Dylan Jackal. I'm Dante Brown.
I'm Noah Ramirez. I'm Kyle Havla.
Luke Brody. Morgan Myers. And Kane Sneed.
Yeah, awesome. Dave, go ahead. We're going to have Nico and Sebastian in a race here at practice this week for sure after that scoop and score. Go ahead, Dave.
No, I was just going to say, with the teams coming up, I mean, really, you guys, Helix is down a little bit. I know you guys are told not to take anybody too lightly, and we all know that because that's how you lose ball games. But they're down a little bit. And then you have Granite Hills. That's probably, I would say, the toughest one in the hills to face. But, hey, look, how many times have Scott Longerbone and Kellen Cobbs got together? I mean, first of all, they're buddies anyway. And I have seen more Steel Canyon and Granite Hills games come down to a field goal, come down to an extra point that was missed earlier in the game. So throughout the records, throw out the championships before, but I do think that they'll probably be the toughest bout for you guys. Circle that one on your calendar, Ramon, because that one's going to be good. But even El Cap, I mean, they started out. I was impressed because I thought you guys might shut them out, and coming over from now that they're over in the valley, it was like, did they leave the hills or not? And then like I said, Helix is down. So and I'd say Mount McGill and Granite Hills are going to be your competition in reality.
Right. Nico, these games, I mean, look, this was El Cap, and I'm not saying that they were, they're the newcomers, right? They're coming up from that other league, and it took you guys a bit to shake them loose. So tell me about them tonight and the challenges of the league ahead, right? Because they have some defenders for sure. You knew it was going to be their defense that they were going to look to. And you guys might defend it a little bit, Nico. They got some long plays on you.
Yeah. Our defense, we knew it was about to be a defense battle that whole game because their defense had only let up like 48 points and we were right behind them at 49. So we definitely knew it was gonna be a defensive battle. And that first half, we were giving them some hard times, but then like a few plays they got open and they got loose. And I mean, it happens. It happens. Like plays like that always happen. But our second half team is way better now.
Yeah, it was a good effort for sure there, Dave. That defensive unit for these guys definitely held firm as the teams went in. Abel had those great big run, and then he ran it in right there in the first half. That was a key touchdown to make it 7-7 because it was a defensive game, Dave, for the first quarter for sure. And then when El Cap kind of stole a little momentum, it was real good drive west that Steel Canyon came back. Abel Lopez, I better like we're talking there, but he had a big run and then he powered in from 5 yards out, and then El Capitan opened with a spark again in the second half, Dave, as Passanisi found Chastang on a short pass. He turned into a 63-yard touchdown, and they actually led 14-3, but Gavin Ka to Malcolm Ballard for a 5-yard touchdown pass on the left side, even the score, and then the momentum swinging defensive play there, Dave, turned the tide to make it 21-14. Then Ka delivered a perfectly placed throw to I think it was Josiah Stalker, right, guys? Josiah caught that. That TD that made it 28-14, and then Noah Diarcos had the last touchdown. Dave, the guy, did he touch the El Cap guy on the helmet, and he got a penalty for that?
Yeah, after he did tell me he did that. I didn't see it happen, but I guess
Yeah, it wasn't even a hard, Dave. It wasn't a hard. He was tapping him like, I just got a touchdown, buddy.
Yeah, but I'm sure you might have got the business on the sideline, on your sideline after you did that, though. I'm sure. If I know Coach Longerbone, he doesn't like those kind of things, especially if they lead to penalties. But you guys are on the road. You're, like I said, ever since you guys went 2-0, I said they're the sleepers. And I'm sure you guys like to fly under the radar. And then first win league, possibly. And then focus on CIF after that, I'm sure.
These league games are tough, guys. Go ahead. So, Sebastian, you got something back there for us? Talk about how tough this league is.
Share. Get that man a pizza.
Our defense was really good at first. We needed to fix some plays, but during the second half we did better. We readjusted and we got to the ball.
And what about what Dave's saying, right? I think we're tired of being overlooked right now. You guys know how good those teams, maybe in the annals now, but I'm sure they're starting to talk about those strong El Cap, those strong Steel Canyon teams. They were actually always flirting inside the top 10 and even getting up close to open division tier. Now, look, there's a lot of great teams tonight, and we know those guys are tough, but are you guys tired? Are you being overlooked, and are you tired of being overlooked? Nico, you can pick somebody out that might be good to answer that one.
Luke,
Luke, come on.
Yep.
Luke.
Did you understand that? Did you get the question from me?
yes. Are you tired of being overlooked?
I think at the beginning of the season we were a little overlooked, but as it's like the season's progressed, us being 7-0, now everybody's looking at us like like
That's right.
we got something to prove, and like now, like, yeah. I mean, we're 7-0. Nobody expected it. I don't think. I mean, we knew what we were capable of, and we're just gonna keep playing ball.
I think it started with Madison personally. I thought, you know what, you guys didn't beat them the last time you played them. There's a couple of turnovers, and I figured, you know what, if they can beat Madison, that's going to start the whole thing, and that's going to send them on a run. And sure enough, I should have put money on that. Darn it. So,
Guys, great job. Go ahead. Yeah, one more, Dave. We'll let him go. Thank you, guys. Go ahead, Dave.
no, I was just gonna say, congratulations, guys, and I look forward to you guys playing, especially the remaining Hills teams. I think that I think they're gonna be some fun games. I don't think they're gonna be blowouts, and I think there's gonna be extra practice time. I'm sure if I know Coach Longerbone.
Nico, one more. You have to feel like this was, you've been here now doing things. I always write about all the crazy things you do, but man, to be with these guys right now and at this moment with a league win at 7-0 and the Matadors and Highlanders basically on deck. I'm sure you guys can't wait to get back on Monday and get rolling for this week's game. Mount Miguel did beat Helix tonight pretty handily, 42-14.
Yeah. So basically, like right now, like this is what it's all about, coming together and like bonding right now. Like after a great win like that, we had some barbecue at this house and at Dylan Jacker's house. And right now, like, and we're all just bonding. Like this is what football is really all about. Like it's just having fun and bonding and like just having fun with like the boys. And then on Friday nights, it gets serious. We get locked in and we're all ready to play. Whoever comes to the table, we're ready. We're gonna go out with a fight.
See, they're getting barbecue. What's up with that?
Right.
Come on,
I mean, I like
It's
the
a
little.
it's a homecoming game.
Oh yeah, but yeah. Who? Hey, was anybody on the team on the court tonight?
Dylan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Noah.
Oh, he's hiding back there.
You got the King wasn't on the football team though, huh?
Huh?
The King wasn't on the football team.
Oh, he was. No, he was.
Who got
He's not
King?
here right now. His name was Rafiq Randall, number
Rafiq
49.
Randall?
Yeah. He was on the
Rafiq
football. He plays corner. He's like backup.
No, hey, I don't. Hey, you think I'm making a big deal of it, but I've been doing this for 35, 40 years. And Dave's dad, Bill Dickens, a legendary sports writer, said, "Any home, you get that court. You publish their names." So thank you for getting that. Nico, you've done it all for me. I wrote about the story where, don't you close the snack bar, collect all the tickets, close the gate on the way out, and set up our interviews. Thank you so much, brother, for doing it. Perfect job. Great
Thanks,
job,
guys.
Cougars. Let's get these guys again after another big Hills League victory. And thank you to Coach Bone and them for letting us have you here after the big win tonight. Great job, Cougars. Set off the cannon. That's what they do now, Dave. I'd rather. You guys like that?
Yeah, that cannon's loud.
All right. I like the roar, but
Well, let's let them enjoy the win and go eat some barbecue, guys.
Yeah.
right. I was going to say that. I don't like appreciate what the TV show does, the PPR, but I'd take a camera over there to the barbecue, baby. Let's go. All right, Cougars. Great job.
Thank you for having us.
Nico. Appreciate it. Great job.
We'll
Dave.
talk to you soon.
Awesome with the Cougars.
I think we got EJ on deck.
Oh, great. Well, let's go. We're going to go bring on the Wolfpack in here tonight. Dave, we said it would be like a 1-point win, and I think it was. So thank you to the Cougars, but I'll start to maybe narrate the next game now here with West Hills. We'll get them in here tonight.
Do you see him in there? Do you see him in there already?
No, let me try to send you maybe do I have the right link here, Dave?
Yeah, he said he can see himself.
Okay, let me see here. I'm not seeing them right this second. Let me see if I can't get you. I don't know if I have the wrong link. I'll send it again here and see. I don't have the Wolfpack quite in here just yet, but let me go ahead and I'll start to narrate the game. I'm not sure there, what's going on. So let me narrate the game here and see, because I have plenty about this game, and then we'll see if we can't get the Wolfpack in here. I'm sorry, Dave, if I'm blowing it here. I don't quite have them backstage just yet, but I'm going to kind of proceed with the show, and hopefully that maybe there's a technical glitch on their end and not mine. But I could always go back and come back in if you could take over the show in case I'm having a technical issue. But it wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. And for West Hills, it was more than enough to win tonight. They earned their first win of the season Friday night, surviving a defensive slugfest with Monta Vista 7-6. In the Grossmont Valley League opener tonight, it was one of our most thrilling games, certainly of the evening, as West Hills beat Monta Vista 7-6. Dave, in an incredible game that was scoreless at halftime, believe it or not. West Hills finally broke through after 5 tough weeks, riding that defense and capitalizing on a pair of late game breaks to fend off the Monarchs. The Monarchs are 3-3. The first half was a story of missed chances. Both defenses clogged up the running lanes and denied scoring opportunities, and there were some missed passes in there that weren't quite feeding on both ends. But West Hills missed a field goal early, and Monta Vista came up empty on 2 drives deep in Wolfpack territory, including a 4th down incompletion in the red zone late in the first quarter. At halftime, the scoreboard still read 0-0. Monta Vista nearly seized control right out of the locker room, and playmaker Dion Hunter ripped off a 60-yard run to set up a field goal attempt, but the kick clang off the NFL did, boink off the upright, keeping the game scoreless. The tension carried into the fourth quarter until a special teams miscue shifted the momentum. Monta Vista's punt was muffed by the return man, and senior Anthony Costello alertly scooped up the live ball, racing in 15 yards for a touchdown. The PAT was partially blocked, leaving the Monarchs ahead 6-0 with just minutes to play. A few minutes, but still with no team scoring. It kind of felt like, it was a do or die, but West Hills answered quickly with its best offensive drive of the night. Heck, I'm sure it was their best offensive drive of the season, the way I watched it, against that tough Monta Vista defense. Quarterback Evan Dill connected with 3 different receivers, including a 19-yard strike to Zach Marty Carena and a catch and run by E.J. Lee Fields that went down to the Monta Vista 6-yard line. It was one of the biggest plays, if not the biggest play of the night for West Hills. Dill finished the drive himself, plunging in from 2 yards out, and kicker Christian Slokowski nailed the extra point Slokowski gave him. That maybe was the most important play, but still, E.J. Lee Fields, that great touchdown there to get in. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's who I was just showing him. He is setting up the studio. I told him to put his display name in there.
Oh, okay. Well, let's bring him on. Right? We just talked. I don't know if EJ's watching the show, but he has perfect timing right now, Dave, because we just talked about that play. EJ, we almost got you there. There you go. You look great right there.
Thank you.
I don't mind that you're 10 times bigger. You are 10 times bigger than us. All right. EJ, I just described, so you might have just missed it. So let me go back, Dave. I just described EJ, Monarchs taking the lead, but I said that Western answered not only with their best offensive drive of the night, but their most critical and best offensive drive of the season, EJ. Evan Dill connected with Zach Marty Carena for a 19-yard strike, and then you had that catch and run down to the 6-yard line. I can't believe – I think Rayshawn Florence caught him, Dave, but only because he was trying to put one more move there to get in the end zone, and then Dill finished the drive with a 2-yard plunge. EJ, how come he couldn't get in the end zone on that?
I don't know. I was trying to run him over, but I got a little tired. I'll get it next game though.
You just got to put that arm out, right, and kind of mow him over. But now that was from what I understand from Coach Ash, that was a bootleg pass also, which you don't see a lot of those in high school games these days. So I was actually happy to see something like that. a favorite quarterback of mine. You probably haven't heard of him, but Jake Plummer played for the Arizona Cardinals, and he also played for the Denver Broncos for quite a while. And his big play was Jake the Snake liked to do the bootleg, and he always he had that right on time. So next time maybe you just stick your hand out there and mow them on down, and you'll hit that end zone. But man, what a play! What a game! I mean,
you.
you guys were 0-0 at the half. I mean, the deep and let's talk about that. Your defense has been pretty much keeping you in every single game. It's the offense that has sputtered. Oh man, I couldn't believe what happened against Mir Mesa. You had their number, and then I always talk about this with Ramon, and you had the penalty, and when there were zeros on the clock, and you could have tied the game with that field goal. You could have tied the game, and then ultimately been into overtime. And who knows?
Or Mir Mesa, which one?
No, Mir Mesa. Yeah, that Mir Mesa game. And you played them really well, especially on defense. And then at the end of the game, I think it was 4 minutes left. That's when your offense really started kicking it into the air. So defense has been playing solid all year long. But then tonight, you guys decided to pick up the offense and carry the defense with you. You got to pay them back sometime, right?
Yeah, I think tonight's game was a turning point for our offense, and we should do good for the rest of the season now, going forward. And we're ready to see what's going on. We go game by game. So.
Boy, you put those together with going into league like this. Hey, we've been saying it. Ramon and I have been saying it all year long. That valley is open, and it's ripe for the taking. So whoever wants it most, that's the person that's going to get it. That's a team that's going to get it.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be us, sir. We're ready to take it.
For
There you
just the
go.
first 5 weeks of the season, EJ, we turned the whole season around here tonight. On that drive, it felt like nobody was going to keep Evan, or however we were going to get into the end zone once you took it down to the 6. I said it was the best drive of the season. Now, maybe you guys had a typical West Hills drive earlier. I know scoring's been a little bit difficult. Maybe you did one of those Coach Ash pride drives where you drove down the field 80 yards or something. But the way you guys were scoring there when you needed to against a tough defense, the pressure was on that drive.
And let's face it.
I'm ready.
Oh, I think you might be getting a little bit of noise feedback there.
And let's,
you guys out dining right now? Where you guys at? The B-Dubs or something?
I'm at Chili's with my dad right now.
yeah.
Oh, that's great. Oh yeah, over there at Chili's over there in Santee, Dave, heading on back to West Hill, going down there.
Yeah.
Well, I want to just tell your dad, man, he should be proud tonight. I mean, heck of a game.
Yes, sir.
And you got to be proud of him. And then finally getting that offense that was sputtering for so long to get it together. And I mean, what better time to do it, right?
Yes.
Right into league. And you guys can do it now. It's anybody's league, like I said. And you guys got to thank the defense for keeping you in, huh? They kept him in the game. He kept you guys in the game every game. You never got beat too bad.
Me and my squad on defense, we got it locked down. We're ready to keep it locked down too.
Yeah, one thing, they did have some plays, but you guys had a lot of tackles for loss tonight. Really getting after Derek Taylor there, Dave. They were in the backfield pretty quick, and Monte Vista wasn't able. I think their best success actually was kind of when they were able to throw it a little bit downfield, but West Hills was in there quick. EJ, why do you think the offense? It looks so good when it's going. Why do you think we're waiting so long?
I'm not sure why, but I'm glad they did it. I mean, I got a sack today. My boy Zach Waters, he got a sack today.
Oh, that was awesome when Zach got out. That must have been felt like a 10-yard loss.
Yeah. So our defense, we never gave up today, no matter how tired we were, the score. But I practiced all week. All we said was we need to be ready and just hit them back and back and back until they quit, and eventually they quit, and we scored, and that's how we won the game because we were just more disciplined, I guess. I don't.
You know, and then your man, your boy Dill, he's been, you know what? He's been trying all year. I mean, whether it be his arm, I mean, he's been using his legs. I mean, that kid is a baller. I mean, he'll throw his, and he doesn't slide. He doesn't slide, and he should be sliding. But that guy, he almost runs like a running back. You know.
Yeah, well, how do you hear the last name? I mean, what do you expect from a Dill?
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. Yeah, that's a household name around the high school. But
Yeah.
so what are you thinking? Now you got this one.
He said
Next-
they're going to win it.
Next one up. Next
we're
one
going,
up.
Yep, we're going game by game, but I'm confident in me. I'm confident in our team. This brought our morale up, and I don't think nobody could stop us now.
So if we're going game by game, what are the keys to winning this next game?
Staying focused at practice, making sure everyone knows their job, knows their blocking assignments, and just bringing energy. Our first 5 games, we didn't really have energy, and today we had the most energy we've had all season, and good results came out of it. So as long as we keep our energy up, know what we're supposed to do, our team is very talented, and I think that could bring us a long way.
You know, you were saving all the energy for league. Is that what it was?
I guess so. I don't know.
All right, Dave, it's at Valhalla next week. So it is a winnable game, but Valhalla's improved this year a little bit. And even though I think we would both expect the Wolfpack to win, Dave, out there, it's at Valhalla. So that does give Valhalla a pretty stiff chance. I mean, they're playing pretty well, and they'll be at home. And then it's home against Grossmont, home against Santana, and then at the Braves. But tonight we're celebrating. It doesn't matter. We were 0-5. We're 1-0. We're in first place right now.
Right.
We're undefeated, so in league. So
Yep.
that's what we tell each other is we're 1-0 right now. We're not.
All right.
Well, you know what, EJ, we don't want to take away from you getting some good nourishment and getting to eat some good food, hang out with Dad. But we do appreciate you coming on the show, and hopefully you guys win another one, and we'll get you right back on, and maybe we'll bring Dill on as well, maybe a couple of other defenders.
Okay, thank you.
Great job.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank
Great
you. Have
job
a nice
to
night.
the Wolfpack. Yeah, Dave, Monta Vista did end up having one final chance in the game. Derek Taylor hit Deshaun Jenkins for a 43-yard completion into Wolfpack territory. Actually, I think it was then Florence got down to the 32, but penalties pushed them back to midfield. They ran one more play, and that was it. And Monta Vista got that win. And I think I got it right there, EJ. I know you remember the last moments of that game. So
West Hills got the win.
great job, and pass the tortilla chips. All right.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you,
nice
EJ.
night.
All right, enjoy your weekend.
Great job there, Dave, getting EJ there in that one. For Monta Vista, Dave, the Sting had to be in a missed chances and a costly special teams mistake there. Monarchs had opportunities, but they couldn't cash in, and they had several trips that we got into the kind of the scoring zone and ended up with a 0 there. So, okay, let's.
You before you get into the other one, I did get as he was speaking, Coach Colbert told me 7-6 West Hills. We scored on a punt, fumble, scoop, and score. Missed the extra point in the fourth quarter, which I think 7 minutes to go, they drove down and scored, kicked extra point. We got down to about their 20 and had a number of penalties. I don't know if you actually saw those, Ramon, but it sounds like he had a whole laundry basket full of yellow flags. Pushed them all the way back, maybe even midfield. And we turned over on downs. Deshaun Jenkins, number 24, played well.
Yep.
On and on off as a whole defense. I thought we played well. Just could not make the play that we needed at the end.
Yep, it was a great job, certainly by both teams defensively, but yeah, scoring was it's funny they scored on back-to-back drives like that, considering there wasn't much scoring all game. So, okay, great job, great game there. Let's start to go over all the games here, sponsored by Granite Mortgage, Lakeside Equipment, and Touchdown Plumbing. Let's keep it in the Valley League here, Dave, with
Oh my goodness, this game.
Santana. Yeah, you followed this one pretty good tonight with Santana winning it over the Braves 21-14, Dave. What a game. What a contest tonight. Braves really giving them the number there at Priest Field.
Yeah, I don't, you know what? We talked about this one, and I want to say, did one of us pick the Braves? I think I might have picked the Braves.
Well, the Sultans won. Dave, the Sultans entered Valley League play looking to rebound from a disappointing loss last week, and they did just enough Friday night to extend their dominance in the series against El Cajon Valley, holding off the Braves 21-14 at Priest Field. It was Santana's 14th straight win over the Braves. Sultans struck first, Dave, grabbing a 7-0 lead on an early touchdown. However, the Braves answered midway through the first quarter when their defense made a big play, returning an interception for a touchdown to tie the game at 7-all. The Sultans regained the lead before the quarter ended as I believe Brody Tana powered into the end zone from 5 yards out. You may have heard from the Sultans, Dave, and I know you were keeping an eye on that one. That gave the Sultans a 14-7 lead, but El Cajon Valley came right back.
You know, and what I wanted to find out, and I think I texted you that, this was in the first half. There was a personal foul, and it was against the sideline of the El Cajon Valley Braves. I don't know in particular the details, if it was going onto the field too far. They usually don't do that, but I saw him getting closer and closer, so they didn't have much space between each other, and I think it was Simon. And he didn't really like the call, and he had a couple of his other staff members pulling him back. I mean, let's face it, there's been some calls this year that they just continue to be atrocious. I mean, shoot, we even got him in Major League Baseball now. I mean, we can't get away from him. But he did not get ejected by the game. I wanted to also... I think it was negated by... Oh, no. They just had to move it back a little bit. There was an encroachment penalty by El Cajon Valley, but they had that nice interception in the third quarter by number 7. And he didn't gain anything there, but he made a nice pick. I mean, he practically threw it right to him.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
Barr.
Yep, and then unfortunately they didn't capitalize, and I noticed that their quarterback, number 9, he was he was on, but then when he was off, he missed a couple of throws, some long throws that, boy, if they would have had the guys there, I just think they weren't on the same page possibly on the routes, and I think if they would have been on the same page, I think that El Cajon Valley could have possibly pulled this one out. I mean, they really dominated the time of possession as far as what I saw in the second half.
Yeah, and in the third quarter, El Cajon Valley quarterback Jakari Wash connected with Amir Miller for a 10-yard touchdown strike, tying the game at 14 with just under 7 minutes to play in the third. The Braves defense had that opportunity set up with that interception by Barr, but Santana's defense stiffened from there. The Sultans regained control when Coco Thornton scored on a 1-yard run late in the third quarter, giving them the 21-14 edge, Dave. And from there, Santana leaned on its defense, and you watch that fourth quarter intently.
Yeah, and the thing was they actually, you could hear the fans for a change. El Cajon Valley had their They're home fans. I mean, nothing like Brandy Hills, nothing like Santana, but they actually got some hype now. They're actually believing in this team. They got the speed. I think they just need to fine tune some of their throws, and maybe the routes need to be tightened up, and the timing. I think the timing's just a little bit off, especially in the passing game. But nothing wrong with the running game. I think the offensive line's doing a great job, whether it is with the run game or even protection for the quarterback. I really, he doesn't have to run all the time. He can actually step up in the pocket and launch some balls. So, hey, we said El Cajon Valley has a chance. Boy, wouldn't that be something if they would have got a third win in a row? And they were so close. And if they would have beat Santana, that's a huge deal. I mean, they would have been if they win one more game, wouldn't they be? They'd be guaranteed to be in a playoff spot.
Now, does West Hills, are they creeping up on Santana now, Dave, in your standings here? I mean, we know who's 1-0 and who's 0-1, but with the win, Santana's now 4-2, but 1-0 in league, and of course, so is West Hills because they're bounced back from that collapse at Fallbrook. They did a pretty good job. The Braves, they're 0-1, good job. They're 2-4 right now, but the Sultans still have those near shutout wins over Canyon Hills and Hilltop, but all of a sudden the Pack got it together tonight, won a clutch game. Now what's going on in the Hills League, Dave?
You know what? I'm proud of West Hills and El Cajon especially, because those are the teams that are on the outside looking in, and they showed me that they can compete with these so-called better teams. No, and I don't want to take anything away from Santana. I don't want to take anything away from Monte Vista. But what's strange is Monte Vista is kind of, I don't know if they're leveling out, but those big games that they were winning at the beginning, it seems like they're not scoring enough points. The defense is holding still, but for some reason, they're not scoring as many points. And I think that's a problem for Monte Vista. I'm not saying that they're going to drop out of it or anything. I mean, defense wins championships, as we know. But I think that we need to go back in there and watch some film. And I think they need to really study it. And maybe we are throwing it too much. Maybe we need to get back to the fundamentals of the I formation and start running that just to see how it works. Mix it up a little bit. Hey, if it wasn't broken, don't fix it, right?
All right, Coach Dave. Give credit to the El Cajon Valley defense here for doing a great job in this game. And hey, you know what? Braves are at home playing Santana, and they'll, if they could play Santana close, they could play these other teams close as well throughout the league season. No doubt about it.
How about those Braves? They can contend.
Yeah, that was a good one. Okay, let's just wrap up the last one real quick. You did hear from the Grossmont Foothillers, and Grossmont opened its first ever season in the Grossmont Valley League with a convincing 38-8 victory over visiting Valhalla on Friday night, extending its dominance in this rivalry here. The Foothillers have not lost to the Norsemen since 2014. They showed quickly why they are considered the league favorite here. Grossmont quarterback Tyler Holmes led the way with 3 touchdown passes, keeping that Hillers offense rolling, Dave, at an average of over 30 points per game. Still, running back Corbin Dow had 2 rushing touchdowns, helping give that early lead that they never surrendered. They were up 30-0, I think, before Valhalla scored. Colton Burke caught one of Holmes's scoring.
My man.
And he also turned in a strong performance on defense. Valhalla scoreless until late into the contest, where it was able to get a score. And then A.J. Hooker got one late as well, I think, on a rushing touchdown. He also had the 2-point conversion, you told me. So
yes.
You heard from Coach Lawrence, Dave.
Yeah, and like I said, he's given Colton Burke a lot of kudos once again. Whether or not he's playing on offense or defense, I want to say he's probably the at this point in time, I think he's probably top 3 of MVP for that Grossmont team. I think he has done a lot. Ryder's been great on defense, but without Colton Burke scooping those up and scoring, and then also playing some mean offense. And I think he's a very speedy, very strong. He's got a lot of endurance.
I gotta still go with the Ryder. Colton Burke's been awesome. The defense has been awesome.
Well, and we talk about it all the time, and I'm sure they're getting tired of us talking about it, but it's true. They had a great offense last year, but absolutely zero defense. And just adding those 2 guys, they've just been madness for quarterbacks.
Yeah, great job tonight there by Grossmont to get it done against Valhalla. They were expected to win big, and they did. That's okay. Valhalla, like I said, I was trying to make a point there, to EJ that, don't overlook Valhalla, West Hills. That was a good win, but we know this West Hills offense needs to score more points. And I have a feeling, Dave, there's not going to be very many points scored in that game next week.
I tend to agree with you on that one. It's just Grossmont is dominating the Valley. I'm still going to hold them at the highest in there. But I told you not to forget about West Hills. I told you they're going to do something. And boy, did they.
Yeah, I went with West Hills. I said West Hills this week.
But I'm just saying, they'd been down for so long. And I said, you know what? Don't count them out.
Okay.
So, what about our gentleman up in Pine Valley?
Okay. I was going to wrap up the Hills League here, but
Okay.
we can go to Mountain Empire if you're ready here tonight.
Coach Keller?
Whoops. Let me see if I. There we go. Mountain Empire tonight with the victory here tonight, and they win it here. Sunset League win over O'Farrell Charter, 29-3. Mountain Empire is putting together its best season in years, and the victory only underscored how far the Red Hawks have become. A balanced effort on both sides of the ball. The Red Hawks improved to 6-1 overall, 3-0 in league play. Marks Mountain Empire's best start since 2018, when the program last fielded a kind of a title contender there. They'll be playing for the league title basically here in 2 weeks. The night didn't begin smoothly. The Red Hawks fumbled the opening kickoff, setting up the Falcons' only points of the game. But from there was all Mountain Empire after trailing 3-0. The defense did a job holding them down the rest of the night. Quarterback Chance Ross directed the attack with precision. He threw for over 100 yards, and accounted for a couple of touchdowns, one through the air and another on the ground. His passing score went to Michael Noble, while star running back Elisha LaShawn Robinson chipped in around 80 yards, said Coach Keller, and a touchdown as well. Coach Keller did tell me he's proud of the way they played unselfish, disciplined football tonight. They are excited where they stand right now. They're playing Maranatha Christian in 2 weeks, basically the 2 best teams for the league title and the 2 best teams in Division 5 AA, although Palo Verde Valley is also in that group, Dave, atop the division. That will be one of the other section contenders. But for the Sunset title, it will be probably Mountain Empire and Maranatha Christian in 2 weeks. He says each week we approach it as if we're 0-0, and the goal is to go 1-0. It's not about what happened last week. It's who's next on the schedule. It's about staying locked in on the task in front of us. So Mountain Empire's defense has now held opponents to a touchdown or less in 3 of their last 4 games, and they're atop the Sunset with Maranatha Christian right now. You see their record there. So they have a bye week and then that big game.
Well, I think that they shouldn't have a problem with it, with Maranatha Christian either. I think this is just one of those special years that I know they got to say one game at a time, and we can't take them lightly and all that good stuff that every coach says. But I think deep down, Coach Keller knows that he's got the dominant offense and defense, and that they'll have no problem with Maranatha Christian.
All right, Dave, we got some more great finals coming in here tonight from the Grossmont Conference, and it was Mount Miguel defeating Helix here for the second straight season. Mount Miguel has the upper hand in one of these county's most storied rivalries. On homecoming night, the 10th ranked Matadors defeated Helix 42-14 in the Grossmont League opener Friday, riding a second quarter surge that turned into a defensive standoff, and then it turned into a decisive victory. Dave. The Highlanders in the unusual position of underdog status now with this poor record this season. They were shut out in back-to-back games for the first time since 1996, but they came out strong, actually, as quarterback Lee Norman Lester connected with Jacob Andrew Johnston, the all-hyphen team, for a touchdown early in the second quarter to make it 7-0. It was no score after the first quarter, but Mount Miguel's explosive playmakers quickly took over. Quarterback Jeremiah Loper found Paris Vernon on a key completion to set up a 19-yard strike to AJ. I want to see you. Logan tying the game at 7-all with 4:39 left in the first half. Moments later, Brandon Arrington, the Texas A&M commit, produced a highlight reel play that showcased his national class speed, reversing the field on a short pass and racing deep into Helix territory. On fourth down, Loper hit Logan again across the middle for a touchdown and a 14-7 lead. The Matadors weren't finished. On their very next possession, Loper connected with Logan again on a 66-yard bomb as the Boise State-bound receiver's 9th touchdown in the last 4 weeks, Dave, gave Mount Miguel a 21-7 lead with under 2 minutes left before halftime, but the half wasn't done, even though it was homecoming and the fireworks were soon to come there at Mount Miguel. The fireworks kept coming when Gianni Porfilio returned an interception for a touchdown. It was 28-7. Mount Miguel extended the margin in the fourth quarter when Andre Jackson tossed a scoring pass to Tamarian Williams for a 35-7 cushion. Helix did manage a late rushing touchdown, but then Arrington showcased his elite speed once again, closing the book on a 42-14 victory with a kick return on the ensuing kickoff. So Mount Miguel, Dave, improves to 5-2, 1-0 in the Grossmont Hills League, and they'll hang on to the Claymore Sword for the second straight year. Helix is continuing to search for offense.
Okay, but I'm actually surprised that week in and week out you're almost excited about Helix taking these losses. I've never seen a Helix team being down for so long. And is it what is it? Is it just young, different coaching staff? I mean, how do we fix this?
I believe the Highlanders right now just might be in a little bit of a downturn talent-wise. Remember, some top players have also defected from Helix to go play at other schools. And when you play a schedule as tough as Helix, I mean, they are playing teams that are amongst the top in the county. And if you're just not going to be good enough, as good as them, you're going to end up with some losses. So they ended up, obviously with that losing streak there a little bit. And now you're going up against top rated teams like Mount Miguel, Granite Hills, and now Steel Canyon. This is going to continue to be a pretty tough year for Helix all the way around, and hopefully they can grab a win off of one of those teams or two and try to. They definitely were in the game here with Mount Miguel tonight until it broke free in the second quarter.
Boy, that's real. It's beyond me because I have known Helix to be so good. From the years with my dad on the sidelines, Jim Arnai's coaching, and just always expecting Helix to win those games. I think Elion, actually, he stepped on my foot when I was taking at the Southwestern College when they were in a championship game, and he stepped on my foot. And my son Sebastian was with me, and he said, "Boy, that had to hurt with him running full force, and you're lucky he didn't knock you down." And I said, "Yeah, that sure is." I said, "And you know what I was concerned with? I go, but look at that photo and look at that video. Ramon's gonna love it.
For sure, Dave. And we have a couple more here tonight to cover real quick. I know you were watching this one, Dave, and it was La Jolla winning here tonight by the score of 41-24. Christian actually mounted a little bit of a minor comeback, I think, in this one. They were down pretty big here all the way. So, yeah, it was a pretty one-sided, actually, here. You were checking it out, Dave. What went on here? I know that La Jolla kind of had actually did they trail in this game for it was 2-0. I know that.
It was only they trailed 2-0 for probably about 20 seconds, and then from then on out, it was pretty much all La Jolla. I gotta say that quarterback, he throws darts, and I think that he did a fantastic job. They shut down the run as far as any time. And I want to say that Runkle was sacked at least 5 times. He was under duress the whole game. And I think sometimes, no offense to him, but sometimes I think he was trying to do it all himself and try to make those comebacks happen. He did get to Rozier a couple times. I'm seeing here Runkle to Rozier for 11 yards. Then an incomplete pass. This is the third quarter. Another incomplete pass. 3rd and 10, almost picked off. And then 4th and 10, got a punt. They did a lot of punting. Now here's a standout. I'd like to definitely put some light into this game. He had 2 squib punts, and one of them went 45 yards, and they pinned him back at the 1 yard line. So he is definitely not only the quarterback and the team captain, but boy, he can really punt that ball if you want it at a certain spot and you want to pin him back. He did a fantastic job. The young Moronis, he had a couple of runs, but they were really just stuffing the run. And if he tried to throw deep, it was knocked away, or they dropped it, or it just wasn't on target. O'Farrell got most of the action for La Jolla. I must say he probably had about 200 yards of offense for the Vikings. I think this Vikings team is going to be in their division. They're going to definitely be somebody to be reckoned with. They're just too good. I thought that there was still a chance. 13-2 at the end of the half. But when you get the 2 points, go down there and at least get a field goal. That it takes away the whole safety scenario, and I don't see anything else. A lot of incomplete passes, and then even in the later on in the second quarter, Runkle fumbled and also sacked again. So we weren't even holding on to the ball. Incomplete passes. La Jolla blocked the punt by number 15, and he ran in for a 30-yard touchdown run. It was all La Jolla, to be honest. Runkle did not look like the quarterback that we have seen in the past, and the running game was... you could mix it up as much as you wanted to. You could change up the formations, but La Jolla knew they were going to win, and they looked perfect.
Yeah, Hudson Smith, you mentioned him, the La Jolla quarterback, pretty dynamite game for sure. He had another touchdown. His 24-yard pass made it 34-2. Christian mounted, I don't know, sounds like a rally, 22 points in the fourth quarter, but it wasn't enough. 41-24. La Jolla 4-2. They even up their league play record. Christian falls here. I believe I have it wrong. I think they are 0-2 now, if I'm not mistaken. They're in the Eastern League. The editor
Correct,
messed
because
up.
they had the game against Santa Fe Christian.
Yep.
But
Well, that wasn't a league game though.
This Christian team, I don't know even if they win the rest of their games, if they're really gonna have a shot. That's just way too many losses. Maybe they weren't ready for this Eastern Conference.
Yeah. No, they're 0-1 in league. I got it right. 0-1 in league there for Christian. Okay, no problem. One other game tonight, it was Calipatria defeating Foothills Christian 38-0. They fall to 0-7. Dave, great job tonight. Man, what a night. We have the Steel Canyon Cougars. We had EJ Lee of the 1-0. West Hills Wolfpack leading the Grossmont Valley League. So you have West Hills, Dave, Grossmont, and Santana atop the Valley League. You have Steel Canyon and Mount Miguel atop the Hills League, and Granite Hills hasn't played yet. So great job, Dave.
Yeah, we got some bye. Who do we have? We had Granite Hills was on a bye. Who was on a bye for nobody in the Valley, correct?
Nope, there's 6 teams in the Valley.
Okay. And so we had Granite, and they were the only ones off in the hills, correct?
Yep, there's only 5 teams in the Hills.
Wow. So I'm going to give them an edge to when they play their next game. They got extra time to practice. I'm sure Kellen took advantage of that. And I cannot wait until Steel Canyon and the Eagles battle it out. Those are some of the best games I've ever covered. And you know the same thing. You've been to a couple of those. And
You're going to have to wait till the season finale for that one because it's Granite Hills at Steel Canyon. But next week it'll be Granite Hills at home against Mount Miguel.
we will get that into our picks on Wednesday. But I know who I'm choosing, and so do you. I want to gripe about one more thing that's not prep football. Gosh darn it, Ramon, and I know you agree with me. That pitch to Bogarts was below the knee, almost an ankle pitch. That was not a strike. And I think if you put it in slow motion, he really framed that, and you could see the glove go quite a bit up. So I didn't agree with it. I read what you sent me, and I think we could have tied that game and went into extra innings personally. And I know you know, and you know the same thing.
Yep, for sure, Dave. So, hey, thanks to our sponsors, Granite Mortgage, Lakeside Equipment, and Touchdown Plumbing. It was a great show with Dave here. Also, one other score I do want to report tonight. It was number 2 of the top 4 teams in the county played tonight. Mission Hills beat La Costa Canyon 35-34. La Costa Canyon went for a 2-point play on pretty much the last play of the game. They didn't get the onside kick. Mission Hills wins over La Costa Canyon 35-34.
That drops my La Costa shot. I thought that they're probably going to drop down to 6 or 7.
And 5. Maybe right there. Still close. They only lost by 1 point.
I thought they had it going on. But stay tuned. We have some more league football next week. And we thanked our advertisers, promoters, whatever you want to say about them. I did not get anything from Robert Davila, and I did not get anything from Andy. They couldn't make the trip up to La Jolla, but that's okay. I do understand that Robert's going to take care of the film, and then he will get us the statistics. But I don't think they're going to be as pretty as we normally get from the Christian Patriots. But hey, you can't win them all every year, up and down. And hey, but what did we get? We got almost the whole Cougars team, and that was fantastic. You pulled it, Adam Schefter on me, and kind of took mine away, and got a hold of the Cougars, and then I went ahead and said, well, I gotta get EJ, since Coach Ash said that was one of the best plays that he's seen in a while too.
That was great.
So,
Right, great job,
For-
Dave. Catch
for
you next
Ramon
week.
Scott,
Yep.
I'm Dave Dickens, and we bid you a good evening, because I know that a lot of you are going to be watching the PPR here shortly. And we will see you Wednesday for our picks.